I want to do just a very short video tonight talking about this book. This book is called I Am Love, and the subtitle of the book is Yoga, Ayahuasca, A Course in Miracles, and the Journey Back to the Place We Never Left. This is the second book in a trilogy of books that started with the book, Who Am I? That was my first book. That was back in, I think, 2016, maybe 15, that was published. Then this one came next, and then the final book, and this is like the answer to who am I, really, or what am I? I am love. The last book is Love Is. And so what is love? Love is. And that's the trilogy. This book was a follow-up to the first book. The first book really looked closely at psychedelics or plant medicine in relation to yoga, and how yoga and plant medicine could possibly be not such strange bedfellows. I think there's a good case to be made for that, and that yoga can really help with the psychedelic experience. This book took it a step deeper, looking more into, first of all, looking at A Course in Miracles, which the first book only really touches upon. And this book takes A Course in Miracles very seriously as a guide for our times for the psychedelic experience. Not the only guide, but something that could be very helpful to people, especially with ayahuasca. Then the second part of this book, so that's the first part, is dealing with A Course in Miracles, talking a lot about A Course in Miracles. The second part is all about ayahuasca and how the ayahuasca experience can relate to A Course in Miracles, or be how it can be informed by A Course in Miracles, let's say. The third part of this book deals specifically with yoga and the non-dual teachings of yoga, especially Vedanta and Advaita Vedanta. And it tries to go into, looking at A Course in Miracles as potentially an Advaita non-dual teaching. Although A Course in Miracles never uses the term non-dualism or non-duality, the question is it getting at the idea of non-duality? Some people say it is. Some people say A Course in Miracles is not a non-dual teaching. It's something else. It's a very interesting debate. So this book is just presenting a bunch of material that could be, I think, very interesting, especially it's like a book for this time. Ayahuasca has become a global phenomenon. Ayahuasca is being used all over the world. Many people these days, more and more people. I just watched another movie, last night I watched Glass Onion, and it talks about ayahuasca in there. I mean, it's ubiquitous. It's a household term by this point. It's like, even though it's not a mainstream, used by the mainstream, it's known by, I would say, who knows what percentage of people know about ayahuasca by this point. Let's just talk about in the West. But I think it's probably a very, very high percentage of people are at least aware of it, even if they've never used it. So this book is, is one of the first that looks at ayahuasca in light of A Course in Miracles, and looking at it, both of those things, in light of the yogic teachings that go way back, thousands of years, back to Advaita Vedanta, this idea that God is one without a second. God is the only reality, Brahman, the only true reality. And when you get to that reality, when you realize your true self, you go beyond fear, you go beyond grief, you understand everything, and you realize that life is eternal, and there really is no death. The soul is eternal. Death is an illusion, and we're all under the spell of Maya. So anyway, I just wanted to present this book a little bit, and hopefully inspire some interest. Authors like myself, they spend a lot of time writing these books, and we actually generally do not get, everyone hopes they're going to write a bestseller. It's going to be read by millions of people. You're going to make millions of dollars. Then you can write more books more easily. Generally does not happen that way. Most people sell like 300 books or something. That's the average. I don't think this book has even sold 300 yet. I think it's worth it. Just the cover itself is a work of art by Alexander Ward, brilliant visionary artist from the UK. Alexander Ward, he did this cover. Even if you get the book just for the cover, I think it's worth it. But I wanted to just let you know about the book. I have not put my books out there enough, I don't think, and I want to start doing that. So thanks for listening, and please leave a comment, reach out if you'd like to reach out, and I'm always up for a talk. Thank you.